YouTube, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I am Christopher Manyweather. This is Deadstock Barbershop, and I know I don't normally start my videos off like this, but I had to stop and say thank you to everybody who's been consuming my content, leaving comments, ever had a question or showed any interest in my channel. Thank you guys for viewing it. We just hit back-to-back milestones. We just had 1.5 million views on this channel. Like, that's amazing to me. 20,000 subscribers. What? We just hit 20K today. And I just want to stop and say thank you guys. Thank you so much for watching my channel and subscribing and showing a level of commitment to me that you don't have to express. I understand that there are many barbers, many really good barbers on YouTube, but 20,000 of you guys have said, you know what? Christopher Manyweather has some valuable information as well. And I just thank you for that affirmation, you know, that confidence boost that allows me to know, like, hey man, you're on to something, and to keep doing what you're doing. And a lot of you guys put that in the comments as well. So thank you for the encouragement. Thank you for the ears. Thank you for the eyes. Thank you for the heart to come see what I got going on. And I appreciate every single one of you guys for allowing me to do what I love. I'm going to be adding more types of content on my channel. It's all, of course, going to be hair and barbering related. But with any journey, there should be some growth and development. And I've learned a lot about YouTube and about how to reach more and more people. So I just want to make sure that the knowledge that I have is spreading as far as it can be spread. And I just thank you guys for valuing me once again. You guys enjoyed this video right here. It's just a light fade, just an everyday haircut in the shop. One of the most irritating kids. I love him to death. He be on my nerves. Whatever the opposite of a guardian angel is, that's what this boy is to me. Like, he be on my head, and y'all can see from the video, like, I love him to death. Thank you guys so much once again. Enjoy this video, and I'll see you guys in the comment section. Peace. So you guys check this boy out. He's always up to something, doing something, getting on my nerves. As you can see, I'm telling him to turn around. He don't want to turn. Looks back at the camera. But this is what we go through. This is our relationship right now. So jumping straight to it, we got a light fade. And we're going to start by just brushing his hair down in their natural growth pattern. Next up, we're going to set in our first guideline using our OA blade on our Andis Super ZR2s. This is a light fade, so this is the lowest that we're going to go on this haircut. Right now, we're just throwing it in there, and I'll clean up the sides and the back later on at the end of the haircut. Starting on the right side, we set in our guideline, then I match it up on the left side. This ensures that we get a nice even haircut. So this is our metal 1.5 blade. And as you can see, I'm going up about 1.5 to 2 inches because he's not gonna cut anything off the top, so we're gonna end up blending it in. So as we prepare for the fade, we're going to use our Andis Masters. The system is open, halfway, quarter closed. And when it says quarter closed, I mean it's quarter of the way closed. So we're not going to close it up all the way on this haircut because it is a light fade. So I started with it open all the way, and then halfway, quarter of the way, as I drop the clippers lower and lower, meaning that I'm not going up over that initial line. Right now they're all the way open, and now I'm gonna go below that length with it halfway and then quarter of the way. For all my beginners out there, when I say open, that's the length where the clippers are gonna cut at its longest length. When I say close, that's the shortest length that it can cut. So those two blades are closest together. It's gonna give a close cut. So that second notch on your masters, it's actually a step away from the close mark, and that's the equivalent of the OA blade. So that's how I know that, hey, I can blend this in because I know the lengths that my clippers cut. So I encourage you guys to study and see what your clippers are doing. Learn your tools so you can know exactly what you got to do to fade into certain areas using certain tools. We're going to do the same thing on the sides, open, halfway, quarter close. As you guys can see, the fade is not perfect, but it's coming together. I'm just looking to put it in there, and then we'll detail as we go. I just want to stop real quick and say welcome to all you newcomers, first time viewers to my channel. If you're getting any value from any of this, make sure that you like, subscribe, and turn on your notification for more videos like this. So moving to the back, we're actually going to connect what we did on the left and the right, making sure that our fade is nice and symmetrical on both sides. Now we're going to switch to our number one guard all the way open, and we're setting in our next guideline about 1.5 inches wide, and we're just blending the top and the sides together. I'll go back later and I'll cut with the grain to kind of blend that in a little more. But right now I'm using my purple 0 guard and the system is open, halfway, quarter, close. I'm making sure that I'm still below that 1 open mark so I don't create a new line, and I'm just tying it all together. And as you can see, the fade is coming in and it's nice, looking nice and smooth. So open, halfway, quarter, close is the system. Someone asked me the other day, hey, when you're fading, are you only using the corners of your tools? I told them, no, I use the whole blade when I'm fading, but when I'm detailing, then I'll use just the corners. It would take you forever just to do a fade using corners only the whole time. So use your full blade to put the fade in there. Use your corners or the 3 teeth on the right or left side of your clippers for your detail work. So now I'll flip my clippers over. Against the grain is going to take off the most hair, but cutting with the grain is going to blend. So this is how I can blend this section without taking off too much hair. And as you can see, it's coming together. I'll close my clippers as needed, flip them over. And I'm using my corners, as you can see. I'm not using the full blade because I just want to spot check, do a little detail work. And I'm looking at the spots in his head that appear to be heavier to me, a lot darker to me. So now I'm back with the 0 guard and I'm just detailing. So now we're going to do the same exact steps in the back as we did on the left. Open it all the way up with the 1. Just clean it, get it nice and smooth, and then we'll transition to the next guard, which is the 0 guard. So now we're back to the 0 guard, and it's, you guessed it, same thing, open, halfway, quarter, close. So this haircut is in a real barbershop setting, so forgive me if it feels like I'm moving a little fast. That's why I try to give you guys exactly what I'm doing so you can follow along, because I am working in the shop. I do have customers next, so I don't have the luxury of slowing it down too much. But one thing I can say is that you guys can actually slow your videos down on YouTube. You can change the speed setting and slow it down so you can see exactly what I'm doing. So number 1 open, then I'll get the 0, then I'll open it, halfway, quarter, close. And we're just fading it all together. As you can see, it's all coming together pretty nicely. You see little Jackson getting restless and looking around, always making faces. So anything that the 0 guard does not clean up, I'll just take the guard off and open my clippers all the way up, and I'll spot check like that. And if I notice it's not coming out, then I'll close up the clippers a little bit, close it up a little more until it's gone. As you can see, I'm no longer cutting from that same angle. I moved him and I moved myself so that I can see from a side view. So right now I'm going back in there, cutting with the grain, and I'm blending that top in because he is growing out his hair, but I want to make sure that in the meantime, it's smooth on the sides and that there's no disconnect. So I don't know if you guys checked out the last video or not, but I cut his older brother Maddox's hair, and I just want you guys to see the difference in the grain of hair. Their hair is completely different. Every stroke, I feel like I'm brushing his hair way more than I have to on his brother's hair, and it's a lot more work, honestly, cutting his hair versus his brother's. But we make it work, we make it happen. We brush, we fade, this is what we do, so I just wanted to point that out. So right now what I was pointing out is a dark spot, so you guys can kind of get a clue of what I'm seeing as I'm cutting his hair. So right then I just kind of changed my angle. Look at those faces, oh my gosh. All right, so time for the edge up. I brushed it down in the front. Now I work my way right, work my way left, then come back right, come back left, and just make sure that it is even as I can make it. He's got a much different edge up than his brother as well. His hair in the front is much thinner, much lighter on certain areas. He's got some areas that are pretty dense, as you guys can tell. But we don't go back to the heavy parts. We just edge straight across and make it look as clean as possible. As you can see, I'm just staying right on the outside and I'm not digging into that edge up. We don't want to make it too cosmetic. Just look how light his edge up is in the front, and we didn't cut that down. This is a simple haircut, but I feel like the degree of difficulty comes from the hair texture more than anything. So right now we're just cleaning up. And at the very least, because these are modified and zero gap to cut like really close, it's not all the way zeroed out, but it is pretty close. Barbers don't get to pick who comes into the shops, but I'm here to show that with a thorough execution and proper consultation, they can leave out looking like this. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Once again, 20K, who would have thought? Like, thank you guys. Here's the 20K more. I'm so appreciative. I'll see you guys in the comment section. Peace.